is going on, YouTube? Remember a year ago when I said that I was not done making YouTube videos and you could expect to see something from me at some point, but I couldn't commit to when? Well, here we are, and it's time to start something new. Now, before I dive in and I walk you guys through what this is, because the channel's going in a different direction, I owe you a little bit of background, okay? Style stuff continues to be fascinating to me. It's something that I'm so grateful I've been able to build a business around. I love being able to talk to other men about it and teach them about it. If you're interested in continuing to get style content from me, then go click on this link up here where you can take the archetype quiz and get onto my newsletter where I still talk about this stuff. And I will still continue to talk about this stuff a lot. But as far as creating content, creating videos for it, there's just, I don't know, there's nothing for me to do, or at least right now it feels like there's nothing for me to do. And so I'm not saying that I'm done doing style stuff altogether, because I'm not. I'm sure I'll have other ideas on stuff to do, but there's just not the drive there. There's not the same desire there that there was before. And my life has become so much more than that as well. I love that I was able to spend a few years really buckled down on this becoming my thing, but I mean, I don't know, it's not autopilot, but I'm in kind of maintenance mode on this. I've been able to reach a certain level, and now I get to spend my energy and my focus on some other things. And one of the things that a lot of you guys have been aware of over the years, especially if you pay attention to how I look now versus how I looked 2 years ago when I was really actively making videos, is my body has changed. My fitness has changed. My health has improved. And that's been fun and fascinating for me. And by no means am I saying I'm now going to be a fitness channel, because I'm not. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not at a point where I'm inspirational for anybody else like that. But what I have started to realize is how important self-development is for me. And especially tackling big things that are scary and a little bit intimidating. I first learned this back in 2018 when I trained really hard for a long time, and I took my first fight, boxing. It was 3 1-minute rounds. I got wrecked, and it was awesome. It was totally worth it. I learned so much about myself. And then this last year in 2019, on a whim, I decided that it was actually to be competitive with one of my little brothers. I decided I wanted to train for and do a half marathon, and so I did that a few months ago and beat a time that I was planning on pretty dang well. And I also continue to work on my strength training goals, and just a couple weeks ago I managed to hit a 405-pound deadlift. Which, again, for the fitness guys, it's not massive, but for me, that's a big improvement. So this next year, 2020, I'm going to take things up another level, and I'm really excited about what that is. And I was thinking about what I could do that would continue to make me push myself out of my comfort zone, what I could do to continue to see what I'm capable of. And I'm doing an Ironman, and I feel like this is insane, and that's part of the benefit of it. So for you guys who don't know what an Ironman is, it's triathlon, and it consists of a 2.4 mile swim, a 100 plus mile run, a 100 plus mile bike ride, and then a full marathon, a 26.2 mile run, and you do it all within the same day. And I'm daunted by doing this. I'm feeling intimidated by it, and I love that that's how I feel, because I honestly haven't felt that way about anything since I decided to take the fight. And I don't think that I can really see that same kind of personal growth and that same kind of personal development unless I do something that makes me feel that intimidated and that scared. So to give you a little bit more of the reason why, and one of the reasons I want to tell you guys about this now is because this is another aspect of my life that I've never shied away from or been embarrassed of, but it's not really something that a lot of guys talk about when it comes to their YouTube stuff. There's some real religious reasons for this. For you guys who don't know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A lot of people call us the Mormons. And for me, building my faith, building my reliance on the Lord, a lot of people just kind of wait for bad things to happen. We live good, comfortable lives, and then we're told that trials will come and tribulations will come, and when they do come, then that's an opportunity for us to grow, and God gives us those because it's an opportunity for us to grow, and I agree with that. And I also don't think that He's very pleased with me if I wait for Him to force me to grow. He's happier with me if I can proactively find ways to rely on him and to build my faith. And we've had some great things that have happened in our lives as a result of that. Having kids, choosing to have my wife stay home and be a full-time mom when we really couldn't afford it. We just bought a house like 6 months ago, and we weren't in a position where we were ready for this, and that was a leap of faith, and it's been wonderful and fantastic for us. And so I'm trying to make my faith more proactive as opposed to reactive, and one of the ways that I'm looking at doing that is by doing this Ironman competition this year, because I can't rely on myself to do this. So it's a way for me to improve myself. It's a way for me to continue to push myself outside of my comfort zone. It's a way for me to continue to deepen and build my faith in the Lord. And then also the last thing is, it's an opportunity for me to set an example for my kids. One of the things that I'm really worried about is as I continue to build my business better and find myself making more money, and I'm certainly not rolling in it, but the goal is to get to the point where we're not just well off, but there's wealth there. And I want my kids to be able to separate the value of work from the value of money, so that it's not that a dad only works so that he can make money. I want them to see me as an example of seeing the value of work, the value of growth, the value of struggle and trial and building and growing and becoming, because there's value in and of itself, not just because other people pay you to do it. So those are my reasons for doing this. Now, what does that mean for the channel? Basically, for now, the way that I'm planning on doing this is I'm going to treat this like a video diary for what my training process is going to be like. And no, not just as far as what I'm doing each week and how much money I'm going to have to spend on this and what the equipment is that I'm going to buy, because honestly, like, I just got my swim goggles and a suit and a cap, but I don't know what bike I'm going to get yet, or I'm totally in the dark on a lot of this stuff. But even more than that, even just what it's doing to help me grow and develop and become a better version of myself. Now, you guys who have been subscribed to the channel for a long time, I don't think this will come as a surprise to you, because you know that as much as this has always been about clothing, it's always been about so much more than that. And for me, clothing has only mattered as it relates to masculinity, to masculine self-development, to becoming the best versions of ourselves, to self-optimizing. And so this is just a continuation on that same theme. We're just going something beyond the clothing route. And like I said before, I may continue to still do clothing stuff even in addition to this. Maybe I just get the YouTube momentum back up and running. But this is not a business thing for me as far as trying to, I'm not looking for sponsored content or anything else like that. I'm just trying to build myself, build my brand, build all these other things, and really just become the best version of who Tanner Guzzi is. So if you subscribe, or if you unsubscribe because you've been on this for a while and this is no longer me talking about purely the philosophy of style, I get it. I loved having you here. It was great. But stick around, because everything that you really did enjoy about this channel and everything that you've missed, if you did miss me for the last year, is just going to get better. And I'm excited to go through this with you guys.